Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to start this collaboration from Three Rivers Homestead, which is the Every Bit Counts challenge. A lot more for the actual preparation of things, of having to think to prepare some stuff every single day, more than to do the videos, because I know that I'm going to be super overwhelmed in a few weeks. The garden is starting to produce, not too much right now, just enough to be able to harvest a little bit each day and eat the veggies for as our lunch or dinners. So I'm starting today with, I'm going to have soon probably blueberries, and I'm starting today with garlic scapes. I did harvest these like a week or two ago, and I did give some to a few neighbors, to my parents, my in-laws. And what did I do? I did blend some with chive and make some little bars of butter and garlic chives butter. So that's what I have done so far with these. So I'm looking, I think I saw some recipe of garlic in oil. I still have some fermented garlic from last year, so I'm not planning to do that, because since I already have some, I don't want to do some again. But if I don't find something easy, because the house is a mess, I have so much laundry to do, I don't want to spend a day to preserve a few garlic scapes. Well, a few, maybe, I don't know, 40, 50 garlic scapes maybe. So that's what I'm gonna look at. Something with oil, I think I would love that, because the place I would rather use the garlic scapes is actually like in a pan when I roast some onions with some kind of meat or veggies or things like that. So I looked at multiple things and I found this short by Wise Guide that is actually a pickling method, quick pickle for them. So that's what I'm gonna opt for. It looks really good. I have a lot of onions to pass, and those are not even the ones from the garden, and I'm gonna have a lot of big onions in the garden. So I think and I don't have enough garlic to fill my jar, so I think I'm going to put onions with them.
Wow, no.
C'est un oignon.
Mais ça, quoi?
La moutarde, des graines de moutarde.
Trois, quatre, cinq, sept, huit, neuf, dix. Ça, à tout, ah. Maman. C'est pas comme ça.
Compte les trous.
Ouais. Tout c'est sinon, maman, elle donne. Wow.
I love how beautiful these jars end up looking in the end. So this is going to in the fridge. It's going to last a really long time, so I think I'm going to put it in my small fridge because I want to forget about it. It's not going to be at its best until before a few weeks, and I have so much fresh stuff that's not something I want to consume soon. So I wish I could just put that on my counter and have it as a decoration or something. So this is going in the small fridge, and that's it for today. Welcome back. We're actually the same day. I was going to put these garlic scapes in the fridge and checked in my freezer to find this. These are the butter, the garlic butter I talked to you about. So I have this mold from Epicure. It just does, like, it is perfect for snacks and things like that. So I'm going to put that in a freezing plastic pot. Or, yeah, put that in the freezer. So this is perfect to unfreeze for like one bread if I want to make garlic bread, or maybe one big pot of something. So I'm really trying to get rid of plastic in my life as much as I can, but these are Tupperware plastics, plastic Tupperwares, plastic containers, and they are made to keep things frozen and not freezer burnt for a long time. So I have a hard time getting rid of these. I think this is going to fit perfectly. It's nice because lately I've been pretty bummed by the garden with everything I've showed you before, the weeds, and I really need to make an update for you guys. But we did have a lot of rain, and the thing is, it's pretty discouraging because living north here, we do have a shorter season and we have later harvests than everywhere else. So even if I know it in my head, it feels like I'm failing every single year when, look at this, this is beautiful. When I see everyone harvesting and I don't yet. But then comes mid-July and I start to have lots of peace. Of course, maybe if I was more skilled, more knowledgeable, I would have more already. I would have more sooner, but that's not the case yet. Still doing better than last year. I really can't wait to show you the garden. I'm really pleased by it right now. It's starting to show, and doing things like these starts to give me like the thrill of I feel when I preserve my food and can see literally the fruit of my labor. So now it's real for today. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time I clean this kitchen up, it's going to be the time to start dinner. So we'll see each other tomorrow. Good morning. So we're on this third day of the pantry challenge, and yesterday I didn't film it, but I did can some chicken broth, and today is going to be really simple. I have this big box of blueberries that I bought at the farmer's market, and I'm going to put that on a pan, freeze it, and then put it in a freezing bag for later use. I have 2 of them. The other one is already half eaten, and we do have some blueberries growing, but I'm going to do my best to harvest it. Welcome back. So I don't know what this video is going to look like because a few days passed. I've spent now 3 days to my parents' cottage, not the whole day, well the whole day but not like overnight. We came back and went back and things and etc. So I didn't do any conservation of anything in the past few days, but today it's my clock is not on time. It's around noon. And I just came back from the farmer's market and I have a ton of food that I want to preserve. When I come back from the farmer's market, I'm in full preservation mode and I need to start, because if I just take the time to sit down, I'm going to just veg and not do what I wanted. I went to I met someone that told me about a cherry tree that was overloaded with cherries and that I should go and pick some of them with my kids, but I went by myself. I did pick a huge bowl of cherries, so now they're soaking it with vinegar. And I pulled out for the first time this year, I think, well, this summer, my canning book to find a cherry jam recipe. We're gonna try that. I also did put some for sale on Marketplace to see if this would sell, because the kids are looking for ways to make a little bit of money. So I was picking them thinking that if people are willing to buy some, I would be able to bring some of my kids with me and they could sell their own cherries, the cherries they picked by themselves. So now what I have not to harvest but to preserve, I have this really leggy cauliflower that I bought last week and I really need to process it, and I bought a new one this morning, and I'm actually bringing to boil some brine to pickle these. I never actually pickled cauliflowers, but I know it's going to be great. Then I want to remove the seeds from the pits from these cherries. This is going to be a big job, so I did not pick more than a huge bowl because I don't want to like spend a whole day picking cherries to realize we don't really like the jam or whatever. So we have enough to do like at least 1 or 2 recipes of jam, and if this is successful, then we're gonna be good. We already have some jams, some rhubarb and strawberry jam, like 5 or 6 jars. If we make 5 or 6 jars of this jam, and we're gonna have peaches soon, so we're gonna have a nice variety of jams. The last year that just finished, we had a lot of peach jam, enough for the year. We have maybe 1 or 2 jars left. The kids love them, but I'm thinking if I can have some variety. The kids usually don't eat jams this time of year. They're like, eh. But when the time comes and they want something great for breakfast, they usually like it. So I'm starting my brine. I'm going to wash this, cut my cauliflower heads. I also have, I'm going to unpack a little bit of this with you. I do have a few zucchinis, but we are really not zucchini fans. So I did not sow some here this year. I know someone really close to me has a farm and it's her first year, and she did plant solely squashes and zucchinis and things like that this year to start, and she's going to need people to come and pick some in a few weeks. So we're gonna go there, but we're not fans, so I'm going to shred these and put them in the freezer for future muffins and breads and things like that. I do have 2 of these big buckets of blueberries. I did put some in the freezer last week. I'm going to do the same this week. So last week the kids ate 1 in a day, so I'm going to rinse that right now. And I'm not sure, I think the ones I did last week are still in the pan, so I'm going to put that in a freezing bag and switch it with these ones. So it's a ton of blueberries. But we do have some to harvest outside. It's another goal of mine for today, but I'm not sure with everything. I'm not done showing you things if I'm going to have some time. I did buy these 2 crates of, we have some raspberries through them, of wild mushrooms. We have chanterelle and champignon crab. I don't know what champignon crab is in English, but my brother-in-law a few years ago did harvest a ton of these. Someday I'm going to harvest more of them, not more, but harvest more and go actually on harvesting little trips with the kids, with the young kids right now. I don't feel it's a good time for me, but I need to stress that. I'm so stressed for some reason. I'm just excited, I think. He did make a soup out of them, out of these, and it was so delicious. And nobody liked it other than me, than myself, him and myself. So I'm going to make this for me, and I'm going to maybe put the chanterelle with them. I did meet some people at the farmers market that do, let's see, we're selling some thé du Labrador. This is something that is really popular here for foragers, and they make some funny thing is, all these years I did not know how to say sapin, which it seems like it's called a fir, F-I-R. It's a fir syrup, and they told me how they did it, and they do harvest the little fir needles and boil this, and it's really, it's weird. Almost tastes like a syrup, a cough syrup, but tastes really good. It does taste like the tree. So yeah, I talked to these people, and they are looking for places to harvest, to go and harvest things, and forage thing, I mean, and they are willing to exchange a little bit of what they did harvest to access to our land, and to give us a little bit of little crash courses on what's on our land. So I am definitely champignon crab. I'm definitely going to write to them so that they can come here, even if I don't get anything. I mean, harvest what you can and do whatever you want with it. So I'm really excited about that. And the rest of it is basically vegetables, tomatoes and peppers and things like that. So I'm going to start this. This is going to be a huge afternoon, but I think it's going to be worth it.